Hello there, welcome to this latest episode of the FIFA 16 Burnley Career Mode. Today we're going to play Aston Villa, and as a little bonus at the end of the video after the Villa game, which is the main centre point of the video, the main attraction, we'll also have the climax of the transfer window as well, to complete the end of the month, and then after that it's football all the way through. No more transfers to worry about until the summer. So let's get over there to Turf Moor, where Remy Gard's, well, it says Team Sherwood on there, but we know it's now it's not Team Sherwood anymore. It's Remy Gard's Aston Villa, and that's who we're taking on right now. So let's get over there to Turf Moor as we take on Aston Villa. Just for the record, Remy Gard's side are actually in 11th place, so they're a long way away from that relegation zone. It's going to be hard for West Brom, West Ham and Middlesbrough to hold themselves out of trouble. They're all on 16 points and 5 points behind Cardiff City. And believe it or not, look at that, Liverpool 16th place. Oh, okay, they're 10 points above West Brom in 18th, but Liverpool, poor old Jurgen Klopp, he's got it all to do. Lost 11 times from 23 games. That is relegation form, but they're lucky because West Brom and West Ham and Middlesbrough haven't accumulated as many points, because I tell you what, if they had 23, 24 points, those bottom three, it would be so tight now, and Liverpool would be in so much danger right now. But anyway, we're going to get over to Turf Moor now for Aston Villa's visit to the Clarets. So it's the battle of the Claret and Blues. So let's see how we're going against Remy Gard's men. Good afternoon and welcome to a rainy and windswept Turf Moor as Burnley take on Aston Villa. Aston Villa in 11th place at the moment, looking very safe from relegation, 12 points ahead of that relegation zone. Burnley, of course, 8 points clear of second place, and we'll look to try and go further ahead if they win today and other results involving the Manchester clubs go their way. Another new player debut to bring you up to date with. £7 million the Clarets have paid. John Stutzy's paid to get Eric Dyer in at centre back. That's a great coup for them, and that should be a real coup. Right, Eric Dyer slots in, so Michael Keane drops down to the bench. The other good news about the substitutes bench is the return to the 16 of Scott Dan, who's returning after an injury. A long-term injury. The Eric Dyer introduction is the only change from Chelsea. As for Aston Villa, Callum Wilson plays up front, Carlos Hill, Scott Sinclair, Charles Nzobia can really fly further forward. Vertout and Guy are the two holding midfielders as well. Brad Guzan's in goal. No place in the 11 for Julian Lescott, but he is amongst the substitutes there, as you can see. Man in charge, he's from Bolton. It's Lee Mason. Hasn't had too far to travel, just a 45-minute jaunt down the M61 and the M65, and he's ready to go. Villa in claret and blue. Villa in the change shirts of yellow, fluorescent yellow with dark shorts. Eric Dyer gets his first touch as a Burnley player and lays it on to John Flanagan. Now Ali Halabic, who scored 2 goals in that FA Cup victory over Chelsea last week, and he tries his luck again and almost caught Guzan napping. Well, that would have been a fantastic start from Alijanovic here. Struck it from all of 30 yards, and Guzan had to scramble across for all his worth. Saw the ball, kept his eye on it, and got a good right hand to turn it away for a corner. Jordan Ibe with the first set piece of the game then. Floated in there, header over by, I think it was Dwight Gale in the end. Well, Sinclair might have got a touch actually, so it must be another Burnley corner. Yes, indeed it is. 5 minutes gone, and Burnley now creating all the opportunities as Ibe sends another corner in again. Guzan with the fists this time, and it'll come out for Nathan Redmond. Tricky little winger, former Birmingham lad, so he's been an ex-Birmingham player who'll have extra motivation to do well, but so too will Scott Sinclair as well. And that's a good run. Pulled back there for Wilson. It's Callum Wilson for Villa, and it's pulled back, and Zobia keeps it alive, and it's the dead there, and a chance there for Wilson. And he should have really struck it inside the 6-yard box. It was well within his range. It was a difficult header to execute, but even so, from so little, from only what, 6, maybe 4 or 5 yards out, maybe, still should have scored, even though the header was quite difficult. And Burnley could have easily been front, could have easily on the other hand been behind. Here's Redmond. Oh, lovely skills. He's got Gale waiting in the centre. Ings has stayed back a little bit. Vertal gets it away to Nzobia. Now he plays it on, but it's Flanagan across there for Burnley. And now Villa on the defensive back foot once again. It's Danny Ings now tries at a shot there, but it's too high. And not troubling Brad Guzan in there in the Villa goals. As we look at Turf Moor, beautiful shot of the ground. The James Hargreaves standing there to the left, and then just to the right of picture, the Jimmy McElroy end. One of the clubs named after one of the football club's greatest ever players, and one of the most famous players, of course, Northern Irish descent. Of course, Burnley had a great tradition up until a year or two back of producing very good players who went on to play for Northern Ireland. In fact, they had plenty of Northern Ireland internationals as well as McElroy. Later on, they had the likes of Billy Hamilton as well, who played in the '82 World Cup squad as well. Here's the cross coming in from Redmond, and he was tripped. Free kick to Burnley. Well there by Amani. Gale might put this one in. Indeed he does, towards the back post. And I think Rich has got a touch on that. Indeed he did. It's a corner kick. Halfway through the first half then. Burnley 0, Villa 0. Brad Guzan with the one real test he's had to face. That was from that Alijanovic pile driver from 35 yards, as I've sent in another set piece. Again punched away by Guzan. Comes out here for Redmond. Oh, that would have been a fairy tale for him. Former Birmingham City youngster striking against the city rivals of Aston Villa there. And that would have been a real sickener for the Villa fans. Well, biting their nails in that David Flitwick stand away to my right, as Jordan I prepares to take another corner right in front of them. And this time it's a goal kick. Tommy Smith with a clean header and a goal kick. Well, Philip Coutinho is of course at Liverpool, but he could well be on the move there to Atletico Madrid. Let's talk of that, and you'll be able to see what happens in the January transfer window that follows this game, of course, and we'll find out if Burnley sign anybody else or sell anybody before the window's out. And you'll find that out after the game. Meanwhile, Garner now for Villa. Smith sticking close to him and getting the challenging fairly. Garner again. Wilson. Garner. Still Garner for Villa. Oh, he wasn't far away, was he? That's a good strike, but it's just too high. Best moment of the game for Villa by far. Apart from that Wilson effort, that was the best we've seen of Villa as an attacking force. Something that'll boy, the Villa manager, the Frenchman Remy Gard, former Arsenal player of course, played under Arsene Wenger for 3 years. Oh, Zobia pinched that one, and here's a chance now, and Alijanovic doing well to get back at him. And that's a good ball on the Gale. Faced by 3 Villa defenders this time. Support arriving here with Ings. First time! Oh, it was a fine try. Pull back superbly. Ings struck it well with the right foot, but just curling away. But it was a lovely move out of defence from Burnley. A lovely breakout, lovely counter-attack. The end product just lacked there from Ings, but it was a good play by the strike force of Burnley. Carlos Hill. Vital. Bacuna. That's a good ball by Leandro Bacuna. But Jordan Ibe across. Last 5 minutes of the first half here at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 0. And Heaton having to punch that one away because that was a dangerous looking cross. The Burnley captain did well. Just to remind you that Burnley won 1-0 in the other game at Villa Park back in December. It's going to be a Villa corner. Charles Nzobia, the skipper, to take. Rotated in again, and header one. Villa going into this in quite a good bit of form at the moment. 12 points above the relegation zone, sitting firmly, of course, in mid-table, which is a bit of a change for the Villa fans. They used to see the team battle relegation certainly in the last 3 or 4 years since Martin O'Neill left the club. Alex McLeish, Gerard Houllier, Paul Lambert and Tim Sherwood have all tried to try and lift the Villa green. And then Remy Gard's coming in, done well. Oh, and it should have been in front. Vital with a shot. And he knows that was a great opportunity. He struck it well with the right foot, and it just couldn't stay down. Just didn't dip as much as he wanted it to. The conditions haven't really helped the pitch. Conditions, yeah, you can see the spray coming off the turf as the ball rolls across it. That's a good cross though. Gale might get in there a second time. Guzeng holds on. And that will be that surely for the first half as Lee Mason checks his watch and accordingly closed for half time. Not bad for a 0-0 draw so far at half time. Both teams have had very good chances. Nearest we've seen to a goal was that 35-yard spectacular shot from Alihanovic, but it's goalless at half time. And welcome back to Turf Moor, where Will Hughes is going to have 45 minutes rest. Yannick Bolasso will play in, will come on in his place, and he'll play on the left-hand side of midfield with Nabil Bentaleb moving into the central midfield to partner Alihanovic in that part of the area, in that central midfield area. So away we go. No changes for Villa, by the way. They were attacking the cricket field stand, or the Dayton Fishwick stand, to my right, where their supporters are situated. Here's Charles Nzobia. In the end, a poor effort. Story of the match that for Villa. Looked promising in the final third, but finishing each and every time is just like that bit of conviction. Tommy Smith. Ibe. Relishing hard was Redmond. And Scott Dan might be in contention for our next match, where we travel to Vicarage Road, so that's where we're going to be based for the next video on the 4th of February. Watford against Burnley. Meanwhile, in this game, Redmond shoots well wide. Villa's next match is at Villa Park, where they play, of course, Norwich City on the same day, same time as well. Very, very good sides in the. If we can gain good results there, that could be a bit of a humdinger there to Paul Lambert's former clubs as well. Funnily enough, as Vital now comes forward for Villa. They're having a good spell here today, there's no doubt about it. Wilson. Man over on the far side is Sinclair. It's good running by Sinclair. The chipped it in, but well held Tom Heaton. That's a very assured and very calm and cool goalkeeping. Balassi. Gale. Can't find things. Good out. Beautifully by Richards. Vital. Good ball in towards Wilson. Nzobia up ahead of him. Nzobia's shot was well charged down, but Nzobia gets a second bite. Callum Wilson, Charles Nzobia. Callum Wilson here. Too much power on the shot, and it was over the top of the crossbar. Tom Heaton was very, very convinced it was going over, and he was proven right. First change for Villa, and Callum Wilson, who's been lucky, is going to be replaced by Gabby Agbola-Hall, the actual Villa captain, although Charles Zombie will still wear the armband for the rest of the game. It's just got 25 minutes to go, and so Gabriel Agbola-Hall, or Gabby Agbola-Hall comes on. We play up top. Here's Gale. Haynes dispossessed by Richards. Good spell this from Villa. Here's Sinclair to Agbola-Hall. Gets his first touch. Nice ball to Garner. That's a good ball in behind, but Aliovic as well, but he's giving it away to Gabby Agbola-Hall. Now here's a chance for Sinclair. 3 yellow shirts waiting in the centre for Villa. Still Sinclair has it. And what's he doing? He's just holding it up in the corners, and I don't understand why he's doing that. Surely when your team in a good position to try and get into an attacking position, you don't take chances like that and play in the corners, because that could only lead to the disaster here. Well, I see. Good patient football this from Burnley, but they are going for the cutthroat. And here's the substitute. Oh, what a good block by Micah Richards. Well, he went for glory there, the sub, but Richards stuck out a leg and turned it out. Ashley Westwood will come on to replace Charles Zombie. Jordan Knight with a set piece. Balassi. Redmond deflected. It bounced away. It will be a Burnley corner. I'm with it. Dyer with a back header. Ings trying the shot. Oh, and how unlucky can you get? What a fantastic strike from Danny Ings, and it cannoned off the post. Deserved to go in. Here's Smith, furthest man forward. Tommy Smith, beaten out by Guzan. And Amani can get it away. What a good little passage of play this time from Burnley. Sinclair though to Westwood. Chelsea winning 2-1 at Stoke. It looks as if we're going to have another goalless draw in the league here at Turf Moor. Agbola-Hall. Hill. Agbola-Hall taken out. That's a foul by Eric Dyer. Free kick. Lee Mason, Johnny on the spot, and brightly books the player. I don't think there's any cause for complaint. There are a few boos from the Burnley faithful who think Lee Mason has been a little bit overzealous, but it was a late challenge, let's be honest. Ball's well gone. I don't think the referee had much choice, to be honest. He's Leandro Bacuna will have the set piece. He's over this one. Bacuna, free kick, and it's in the post. Well, both sides in the last 5 minutes have hit the post. 3 other minutes at the end of the game. Villa have a throw, and both sides could win it. Fatal. Well, what's he doing? There's plenty of Villa players waiting for the ball into the penalty area. He's just holding it up. Now what will Carlos Hill do? He'll send it in, but it's too close to the goalkeeper, and that's the end of the game. Well, both sides should have scored in the last sort of 4 minutes of the game. Danny Ings hit the post. In the last 10 minutes, Danny Ings hit the post. And then right at the end, Bacuna with a free kick struck the other post as well at the other end. But it's a blank score sheet and a clean sheet apiece for both Burnley and Villa. A point apiece, I suppose, is a fair result when you look at it on reflection. Both teams had chances, but both goalkeepers were in superb form. Final score then at Turf Moor: Burnley 0, Aston Villa 0. Well, I've got to apologise. That wasn't what we were hoping for in terms of goal malfunction. We had plenty of goal malfunction. There just wasn't any goals to show for it, I'm afraid, and it was just one of those, I'm afraid. So there we go. Let's just check what actually happened in that game. Of course, These were the final games in January, of course. Here we are then, 28th and 29th. These are the results. Arsenal 1, West Ham 1. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 0, as you've just seen. I'm sorry we couldn't bring you any goals there. Cardiff 0, Southampton 2. Everton 0, Swansea 1. Bit of a turn up there at Ellison. 2-2 between Norwich and Liverpool. Norwich still going okay. Middlesbrough 2, Watford 1. That's a big result for Middlesbrough. Gives them a fighting chance of getting out of that relegation dogfight. Chelsea winning at Stoke 2-1. West Brom holding Manchester City. Newcastle likewise with Manchester United. So the West Brom City match finished 2-2. And Newcastle's Man United ended 1-1. And Spurs and Sunderland also ended 1-1. So it means the table is now 8 points still, so there's no change in the points gap. Burnley move on to 59, but City on 51. United 2 points further back. Chelsea complete the top 4. At the end, wrong end of the table, Middlesbrough have closed the gap. They're just 2 points behind Cardiff City now. And Liverpool and Everton still anxiously looking over their shoulders. It's going to be a tight old battle now. Villa's still 10 points above the drop line. I fancy the likes of them. Watford, our next opponents, to Norwich. We'll have enough about them to stay up. And whilst we're on the subject, before we do the transfer window, just a quick check on the championship because I think it's important. Palace lead Leicester by 7 points now. In turn lead Bournemouth, who's third place, by 8 points. Bournemouth, Sheffield Wednesday, Queen's Park Rangers and Hull make up the playoffs positions, although Derby County and Ipswich and Fulham, and dare I say it, Blackburn and Boris and Leeds, anybody from Leeds United upwards have got a chance of being in those playoffs at the end. At the wrong end of the table, Preston, NK Dons and Bradford still struggling to stay in the league, in the championship at the moment. Bradford City now rock bottom with 17 points. Right. Before we end the video, a little treat for you. Transfer deadline day. We might not be buying anything at the moment. Bentaleb has been the subject of interest, but I don't want him to go in for anything less than 20 odd million. I don't, you know, I wouldn't want to sell him so cheaply, but that's my opinion anyway. The players we managed, just to remind you what the players we brought in. Balotelli, now you might be seeing him on there, he's actually coming on a pre-contract. Ali Alabic we brought, Redmond we got, and Dyer we got. So we got players in more or less every department apart from the obvious goalkeeper, which we didn't really need in that. Bentaleb is still the subject. Lille want to buy him for 10 million. The reality is it needs to be a lot more than that. Considering we've been put outside of the market for some players recently, I just think it's right. Another hour, another bid for Bentaleb. Now Leon have upped the bids, and we're going to up the counter offer to 31.5 million because we think he's worth that sort of money. See what Leon's response to that is. Nope, surprise, surprise. But if we were bidding for one of their players, we would probably have to do the same thing. Stade Rennais want Bentaleb. Well, I'm sorry, you can't have him. To be quite honest, I don't think there's any chance of us buying anybody now. We've done our spending now. We've had to bring in extra bodies, of course, but there you are. 3 hours to go. I'm quite happy with the squad I've got. I'm not going to change anything, so now let's see what happened. Let's see what happens regards to top deals, because I think it's important. Coutinho, as I said in commentary in that Villa game, there was talk of him moving to Atletico Madrid. Well, he has done. That was the top deal. It cost Atletico Madrid a massive £38.5 million to sign the Brazilian. Christian Eriksen has gone to Bayern Munich. That's the second big deal of the day for £21 million. He's gone to Bayern Munich. And Kariugu has gone to Lazio from Bayer Leverkusen for £19.5 million. And the latest deals, Varia has gone to West Ham for £6 million. Clayton has gone to Atletico Madrid for 5.5, and Perrin, he has gone as well to Roma from Genoa for a massive £19 million. So massive amounts of money changing hands today as we speak. And that concludes transfer deadline day. It's been to be honest with you, apart from the actual offers coming in for Bentaleb, it's actually been quite an unconventional day for us, that we've been rather quiet, which is very unlike us at the moment, but there you are. Just wants to be on the next transfer window. Well, we bought you as a backup goalkeeper, that's the crux of the matter. Anyway, that's it from this episode. We'll be ready and waiting to show you the Watford game, and obviously before we do that, next episode we'll also show you the draw for the FA Cup and bring you those replay results as well. Until then, keep subscribing, stay tuned, and we'll see you for the Watford game. Take care.